Anyway, we're here to protect you from the bad guys who are lurking. In fact, you could get a letter today that tries to hook you into some kind of a lie. It's a scam. A lot of them going around, and we welcome Michael Jafar from the law firm Jafar and Mahdi, based in Dearborn, specializing in consumer issues. And the bad guys now are targeting certain types of people who they know in our community are debt burdened.
Absolutely. You'll see these companies, you'll hear them on the radio. The ad will start something like, do you have at least $10,000 in credit card debt or more? We can settle your balances for less than half of what you owe. We can cut your monthly payments in half. Be on alert for these companies. These companies are usually scams and frauds.
Not all of them may be, but sometimes they are. There are a number of people who will call you on the phone, they'll try to get you on the phone, and they'll tell you a number of lies. You've given us a list of some of the things that we should look out for, some of the things that they cannot do that we should be alert to, because if they say these lies, we call them common lies, that is usually an indication that something's wrong. First of all, up there on the top.
Well, first of all, they usually promise that they can prevent you from getting sued, and if you do get sued, they refer to this thing called the arbitration clause. We can get you into arbitration until our program works. It's a lie. They cannot prevent you from getting sued. It's absolutely untrue. Another common lie they usually tell people is, we could prevent you from having tax consequences. We'll send the IRS a Form 982 preventing you from being taxed on it. It's also untrue. I'm a former accountant. That's just not possible. Another thing they usually tell people is that they have special relationships with creditors. Now, this is when most intelligent people hear about these scams, they ask the company, well, this sounds too good to be true. How do you pull it off? These companies usually say, well, we have special relationships with credit card companies. They know us, they deal with us. And then even an intelligent person will then get hooked by that line.
All right, you have brought us a couple of items here. We call them exhibits here today because we're talking with an attorney. But anyway, these are items that are going around. They look so authentic. Let's take a good close look at one of them, for example. This is the National Council for Consumer Debt Relief. Take a look at that. It even has a seal of the president there. There's a toll-free number to call. You and I have both called this number, and they switch you to somebody else.
Yeah, the guy said, well, our marketing wing handles this. He didn't even know what the National Council for Consumer Debt Relief is. First of all, it doesn't exist. That's the worst part. They also use an address that looks similar to the address of the White House. The address of the White House is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. These guys found a P.O. box at a post office on Pennsylvania Drive, and they also use the seal of the President of the United States. They try to look legitimate. This does not exist.
Well, that looks like some kind of an IRS thing there when you see it, too. There's another one, the one that we just saw, notification of debt relief. That's the one that has the big 2010 up top, and it looks like an IRS, an official IRS.
Yeah, another thing these companies are doing in order to look as though they are legitimate companies is they'll send out notices that look like an IRS notice. Again, a fraud. It'll look like an IRS notice. It'll say something like notification of debt resolution or National Debt Relief Plan. None of these things exist. And these companies are able to use these to trap people, bait them into calling these numbers. And they're confident once a person calls and hears about these programs that sound legitimate, people are going to be lured in. Look, if you are a single mom, you're making $50,000 a year, and you're having trouble making your minimum credit card payments, someone tells you, I'm going to cut them in half. I'm going to keep you out of bankruptcy. I'm going to repair your credit, and I'm going to protect you from getting sued. You're going to say, sign me up. Sounds great.
You have a workshop that you're going to be doing on Saturday. And I want to mention this because it's absolutely free. And it's at your office on Michigan Avenue. It's Saturday, which is February 13th. Yes. And there's the address. And what are you going to be doing in there?
Well, we've been offering these workshops for a while now. The purpose of these workshops is they're free of charge, and they're basically just to educate people. Look, hundreds of millions of dollars are being extracted from our state by these scams and by these companies. There's legitimate options that are either free or very cheap and affordable. The purpose of our seminar is just to educate people and give them, apprise them of their options. And at that seminar, we're going to be doing just that.
All right, we have all the information on that seminar, the address again, the time again for you, and tips that Michael Jafar has been kind enough to let us use on our website to help you in case you get some of this junk in the mail that you just really should do that with. Anyway, it's myfoxdetroit.com. Click the Money tab. It's all there for you. Mike Jafar, thank you for being with us. See you tonight at 5. Money Works and the Job Shop and all the news you need to know. It's working for you.